every country, for you to conduct your business legally, you need some documents. You need some documentation for you to be legally operating. Without these documents, one way or another, you're going to meet trouble with the police, you're going to meet trouble with the companies, the government institution that regulates companies to operate in your organization, whether the ones that look after taxes or the ones that regulate the operations smoothly of organizations and companies. So today we would want to talk about documents that a business to be legally operating generally should have for them to have no troubles with anyone else. My name is Michael Walker. I am a business development and a marketing consultant. I teach and train SMEs on how they can develop their businesses, how they can manage their businesses, and even how they can make more money. This is Business Matters that you're watching. The first document that you need as a company that you would want to be operating in your country, you need a business plan. A business plan, this is a document that outlines your objectives. It is also a roadmap of your organization or your company. From point A to point B, you need to have a business plan. You need to stay focused because a business plan will guide you on how you can operate your business. So the first document that you need is a business plan. The second document that you need as a company, you need a company registration. Your business cannot just be running without being authorized. So in your country, whether you're in Nigeria, you're in Zambia, or in Malawi, there is a body that regulates companies. You need a registration certificate for your organization or for your company. The third document that you need is employment agreement. You know, when you're employing someone, you need contracts, you need conditions. Those are in this document because when you hire someone, they need to understand their job description. They need to understand terms and conditions, and they should understand everything that works. Even the labor laws, they are also in that document. So you need that document in your organization. Apart from that, you need a marketing strategy. It can be a sales and marketing strategy, or you can split them into sales strategy or a marketing strategy. You have to know how your marketing will be running around. You have to know how your sales will be going around in your organization. So you need this document as well. In Malawi, we have another document that we call PPDA. If you'd want to bid on the contracts that the government puts out there that they need for someone to provide services, you need a PPDA. So in your organization, in your company, you need a PPDA. I'm sure you can relate in your countries that this document is available. So get also this document. There is VAT registration and there is tax clearance. These documents are also needed in your company. You need to be regulated when it comes to taxes. If you fail to do this, it also happens that you get in trouble when the authorities come so that they conduct their things properly, their research properly. So you need this document as well. Apart from that, you need to have what we call an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. This document, you need it when you're sharing confidential documents, when you're sharing confidential information. You know, there are other people, when you tell them, do not tell anyone about this deal, do not tell anyone about this contract. The moment you leave each other, they are more like a radio station. They start broadcasting the news. Those people, we solve it by signing an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. They need to sign it So make sure you have a non-disclosure agreement in your organization. Another document that you need is letters of association. You need this, rather letters of incorporation. When you want to operating legally as a limited organization or a limited company, you need these letters of incorporation. You need to incorporate your company. You need that document as well. Another document that you need is a trademark registration. You need to register your logo, you need to register your name. These are things which nobody should take from you. So you need to register them. You can even register a motto. So as you can see, there is this what we call Hello Family. Those people who watches Vusi Thembakwayo from South Africa, you know that's his motto. He uses it. So nobody can just come to just use it because he registered as a trademark. So it's his property. Another document that you need is a property, intellectual property registration. When you are transferring your ownership, when you're transferring your properties, you need to have that registration. Somebody should know that it was this person's property and now it's mine. You need that document for you to have it as well. So these are some of the documents that in your organizations you need them. Another document that you need is financial projections. You need financial projections in your business. An investor should know how money works in your organization. You should know where you're coming from with your finances. You need those documents in your company. Apart from that, you can have a pitch deck. A pitch deck, you can use it when you're presenting to investors, when you're presenting to other people who are interested to invest in your company. You need to have a pitch deck ready so that you can pitch to other people. So that's another document that you should consider having in your business. Apart from that, you can also have a market research report. People should know how market is working in your industry and the market share that you have, that people are buying from you. So that's another document that you should have in your company. Another document that you can have in your company is employee handbook. When you're hiring people, they should know the policies, the conditions, the contracts in your company. They should be able to know. They should know the procedures. We report from this person to this person. We do this, we do that. They should be able to know that in your company. So have an employee handbook. Apart from that, you can also have what we call vendors contracts. You know, when you're buying things from suppliers or when you're supplying, you should be able to have contracts that people should read and sign, because sometimes they might create troubles when you're just trading without having this documentation. So you should have that in your company. Apart from that, you can also have contracts that other people would be signing. Those were suppliers, but customers should be understanding how you do your terms and conditions in your company. You know, customers sometimes they misunderstand when deals are happening. So make sure you have that. You remember in organizations when we are doing business online, there is terms and conditions. Somewhere there we click. We also click on cookies. We also click on caches. Those are part of contracts when it comes to customers. So make sure you have those contracts ready when it comes to doing business with people. You can have even partnership agreement. When you would want to partner with someone, there should be an agreement, a contract they should sign that you are going to be doing business together. Share the money, share the profits, share the job duties. So make sure you have these documents in your company. I cannot mention all the documents, but at least you have catch the phrase that in your organization or in your company, you need this documentation. Until next time, do business the Walker's way.